bees are classified according to their different types of 20,000 as a type of insect that belongs in the classification to the monotype of waste, which belongs to the rank of hymenoptera. It is approximately 4 centimeters, and it is closely related to the wasp. One, as a difference is observed in the lifestyles of each type, the places that they take home. In addition to the seasons of their activity, and the type of flowers that you visit, as some types of bees perform the pollination of flowers according to the date they open and produce for the nectar, there are species that practice their pollination activity throughout the day, and other types at dawn, and 3 nights operate in the moonlight. 2. And despite the many types of bees and the seasons of its activity, it provides the world with an invaluable environmental service, which lies in being responsible for pollinating 80% of the plants flowering in addition to pollinating 75% of fruit trees, vegetables, and nuts. 3. Bee colony. All members of a single bee colony work in the spirit of the team together despite the variety of tasks and denominations in them, where there are queens, workers, and zaku, which differs in its composition and functions, but all begin as one longitudinal egg that is placed inside one of the colony's holes for 3 days. Then they hatch and enter the larva phase, seeking intense care day and night, and are fed with royal jelly that the workers make in the colony for several days, and then they are fed with what is called baking bread, which is a mixture of honey and pollen, after which the doors of the holes are closed on the larva for a period of 1 to 2 weeks in order for it to transform into a cocoon. Then it enters the phase of the whole insect that has a full body, head, and wings. 4. Bumblebees are distinguished by their relatively large size and furry cover compared to other types of bees, as its colors are mostly black and yellow, and some may have 2 additional colors, white and orange. And it is worth noting that there are approximately 25 species of it in the eastern states united. 5. Carpenter bees. Carpenter bees take a home from wood, resemble a bumblebee, but it is a solitary bee. And it is worth noting that it can be distinguished by its large size and the brightness of its black abdomen, and this type is spread of bees throughout the eastern United States of America. While it is reported that it falls into a period of hibernation throughout the winter, followed by a mating season in the spring. Sweat bees are called sweat bees with this name due to the attraction of some species to the human race, and is taken mostly there are houses in the land, but some of them may live in wood. And some types of this bee are social in nature, but they take over the affairs of their kingdom for one queen, while others are solitary outside the colony of bees. And it is indicated that there are parasitic species dependent on it for their resources on other types of bees. Sweat bees are distinguished by their dark color, completely green, or only a green part. 5. Digger bees. Digging bees live in the ground, where they dig tunnels that branch into separate rooms that contain a mixture of dust, pollen, and nectar are intended to help eggs develop larvae in preparation for their spring or summer release. Constructive bees are called mason bees, a species that lives in hollow tree branches, or in places with hollows, and also uses clay as compartments between a place each egg and the other are laid. and these bees are distinguished by their bright green or blue color, or black color, as their females are known to be solo living separately from the colony. 5. The rodent bees are called the rodent bees by this name, because cut circles from leaves are then used in this home, which he places most often in wood or hollow stems, or on the ground, or in any slit-like concrete cracks, for example, and this type of bee is characterized by carrying pollen on the lower part of its stomach, unlike most other bees where it carries it on its legs. And most of its species are classified as individual. European honeybee is called European honeybee, and according to its name, this type is golden or yellowish-brown in color and is approximately 1.25 centimeters in size. Known in America until the European colonists brought it in the 16th century, it is known about this type of bee that it is a social type that lives integrally within the colony, and it is worth noting that most bees are solitary, with the exception of honeybees and a few other species that live in the form of large colonies, and when this type of bee is exposed to danger, it shows its aggression to defend itself by means of a barbed needle coming out of its stomach, implanting it in the aggressor's body, and during this process his skin is torn, and he loses parts of his guts and internal organs, and he dies after some minutes, but there are types it does not contain the prickly needle, which helps it sting more than once. And in North America only honeybees make honey, while other bees such as hummingbirds store nectar, and the nature of the substance or nectar stored between them varies. 5. It is a hexagonal white waxy cells, a substance secreted from the abdominal glands of working bees, and chewed and placed inside molds in the form of small flakes. As it is surrounded by propolis or bee gum or propolis, English, propolis, which is a waxy balsamic substance collected by honeybees from sprouts, tree sap or other sources. Honey is stored in this disc. And on the other hand, honeybees travel from one location to another by reproduction, so that part of the colony bees leave with the old queen, and it is worth noting that honeybees usually escape when they feel. The bees are classified according to their different types of 20,000 as a type of insect that belongs in the classification to the monotype of waste, which belongs to the rank of hymenoptera. It is approximately 4 centimeters, and it is closely related to the wasp. 1. As a difference is observed in the lifestyles of each type, the places that they take home, in addition to the seasons of